plague killed Pericles, and with him, Athens' steady hand. Perhaps Pericles was fortunate in a way. He died at the height of his fame, before he could suffer the inevitable downfall of great men in Athens. But enough of Athens. Let me tell you of the Peloponnese, homeland of the Spartans, where jagged mountains loom over plains riven by earthquakes. All along its rugged coastline came Athenian raiders. Triremes drove their bronze-clad prows onto Peloponnesian shores, vengeful hoplites swarming out like hornets. For the most part, the Spartans were unsuited to deal with these raids. They've always been a slow, ponderous people. The dashing general Brasidas, however, was no typical Spartan. Energetic, gregarious, eloquent, sharp in thought and quick in action. When Athenian raiders came to Methone, the town cried out for just such a savior. If only Brasidas could make it in time.
Methone is surrounded. Athenians everywhere you look. And the defenders are wavering.
Very well. Here is what we shall do. We shall rush through the siege lines, break into the city, and take charge of the defense ourselves. The Athenians will never expect it.
Prostagmata, asmenos.
Good people of Methone, fear no longer. I am Brasidas, son of Tellus, and the victory I win here will be immortalized by poets and rhapsodes. Hear those disordered footsteps, men. The Athenians are on the march.
Asmenos.
They're trying to undermine the walls. Take out their sappers.
Titheles. Diesti, oikodomeo. Asmenos. Diesti. Hetoimos. Erkomai. Ne? Prostagmata. Eneiton dia. Asmenos.
See how readily these Athenians dishonor themselves.
Prostagmata. Asmenos.
The Athenians won't expect us in the dark. Slip into their camp and ruin them, I say.
I see little honor in such methods. Though I suppose godlike Diomedes did strike the Trojans by night.
Oieso. Caere.
The helots can't get through the Athenian siege works to supply the city. If they will not come to us, we must go to them.
Rank cowardice. Slaves should fear their masters more than any enemy.
Neiton dia. Caere. Pisciuazzi. Oikodomeo.
Paint the ramparts with their blood!
They're trying to undermine the walls. Take out their sappers.
Caere. Ne?
Pericles himself would admire your courage, Spartans.
Use the darkness, men. Steal into their camps, slit their throats, burn their tents.
Siege rations. That's okay for some, but I need heartier stuff if I'm to work the smithy. You get me some nice fat goats. and I'll forge you a lovely new breastplate.
Here they come again. Paint the ramparts with their blood!
They're trying to undermine the walls. Take out their sappers. Pericles himself would admire your courage, Spartans.
Chaos-born Nyx, blot out the twilight as we dart among our foes. I shall bleed these Athenians like sacrificial pigs.
Take these goods back to Methone. Your siege engineers lie dead, Athenians, crushed beneath their own wicked inventions. Spartans, to arms! The Athenians are on the attack!
Ne? Poieso. Ne tontia. Ne? Poieso. Pulotomeo.
The cowards flee. Pox-ridden weasels! Let us see how you fare without your clever machines.
Hear those disordered footsteps, men. The Athenians are on the march!
That's been mean, these goons. Still, it's better than gruel. Tell me what sort of breastplate you want.
Adorn the breastplate with images of centaurs. May my horsemen fight as though they and their mounts were one. They're trying to undermine the walls.
Ne?
Take out their sappers.
Tiesti.
Your crafty engineers couldn't stop their own workshop collapsing on their heads. It's the Athenians! Shields up! The siege is broken! Send word of our triumph to Sparta, and ready 7 black bulls to sacrifice in thanks.
The Spartans hailed Brasidas as a hero. In the early days of the war, When their futile occupation of Attica dragged on and the expected victory never came, Brasidas was a rare figure of inspiration, the protector of Spartan honor against vicious Athenian pirates. But the Athenian raids endangered more than Sparta's honor. Turmoil in the Peloponnese threatened the very foundations of Spartan society. Centuries earlier, you see, the Spartans had marched across the mountains into Messenia, conquered its entire people, and forced them into perpetual serfdom. Hereafter, the Messenians were called helots and toiled year-round for their Spartan masters. The Spartans were utterly dependent on these helots, as dependent as they were fearful, for they knew that given the slightest chance, the helots would gladly eat their masters alive. Like a field of dry heather, the Peloponnese would need only a tiny spark to burst into flames. And the Athenian raiders knew it. Brasidas donned his helmet, its horsehair crest swaying in the salty breeze, and marched down to the coast.
Athenian triremes prowl the coast like ravening sharks. It is our sacred duty to defend the Peloponnese and all who need our help.
The signal fires are lit. We must go now.
Hetoimos.
Ambush! To arms, men!
Ne?
TST.
Helots. The scum get the slightest sniff of instability and they forget their place.
Cool your tongue, Lysander. Treat the helots well and they will respond in kind. And is it not true that your own mother was a helot?
We made it in time. Now, ready your spears. Say your prayers to the olive-wreathed Dioscuri and throw these Athenians back into the sea! We stopped these marauders this time, but no doubt they will return soon.
These old Messenian tombs are stuffed with treasure. They ought to have been seized long ago.
Signal smoke rises from the coast. Move out! Kairete, helots. If any among you are of fighting age and suitable physique, follow me. The best fighters will receive their freedom.
TST.
You won't get a drachma out of this town, you boil-ridden sons of sows!
Athenian agents are trying to incite the helots. We must evict them from the villages before the uprisings grow. Tell any who consider rebellion, I am Brasidas, a friend to all who serve Sparta well, and an unrelenting spirit of vengeance to her enemies. Another settlement calls for help.
Thieving, dog-faced pirates! They stripped the storehouse bare!
They say you're a friend to the helots, Brasidas. I tell you what, slay the mountain lions that ravage our villages, and I'll forge you a fine new helmet.
Your loyalty will not go unrewarded, helots. You see, Lysander, treat the helots mildly, and they shall render good service. The Athenians have been sighted again!
Akuo, neiton dia, oieso. Neiton dia. Ne, oieso. Asmenos. Hetoimos. Neit, oieso.
They've gotten away with their spoils. When we catch them, I swear by raging Eris that I'll slit them open! Another village incubates rebellion.
Perseus blesses this bloody work.
The helots were long overdue a cull.
Once more you leave with nothing, Athenians. Wherever you strike, I will find you. I would climb Mount Parnon, ford the Eurotas, swim to Cythera to bring you to justice.
We'd be better off letting the lions cull the helot herd.
Signal fires. The Athenians return.
Another helot village swarms with Athenian agitators. Look what we found the Athenians trying to drag away. The statue of Helios from Byzantium, brought back by Pausanias. Misunderstood man.
One last push, men. Though they are many, stand strong. For we are Spartans, and we ask not how numerous the enemy are, but where to find them.
Running errands for a helot? Who is the slave and who is the master here?
You're a true hero, Brasidas. Describe to me the helmet you desire.
A light helmet, that I might spot targets for the archers more clearly. Ah, mighty Spartans! Each of you fought like Menelaus himself. Just as that Spartan king of old brought pitch-black death upon his enemies, so you have vanquished the Athenians.
The Spartans fought off raid after raid. But they knew that the black-bellied ships would keep coming, unless they could force the Athenians to direct their attention elsewhere. An opportunity soon presented itself, courtesy of a suggestion from the wily Macedonian king, Perdiccas. He brought word that many of Athens' allies in the far north were wavering in their commitment. Ripe fruit, perhaps, to be plucked from the enemy alliance. Quite the trek for most Spartans, who spend as little time away from their homeland as possible. But Brasidas was not like most Spartans. He gathered an army, its strength bolstered by thousands of helots, to whom he promised freedom in exchange for brave service. Northwards they marched, the red-cloaked Spartans at their head, ready to plunge their spears into the Athenian Empire's naked flank.
Acanthus is up ahead, ripe for the slaughter.
Sheath your sword, Lysander. Let me show you what can be achieved through persuasion.
Asmenos, hetoimos, akuo, erquamai.
Acanthians, we come here not to conquer, but to liberate. Under the Athenians, you are subjects. With us, you would be allies. So accept this gift of freedom, or I shall have no choice but to devastate these fine vineyards.
You speak well for a Spartan. We accept your offer.
You see, Lysander, fine speech can be worth 100 swords. Now, on to our true prize, Amphipolis.
I did not train with the spear from birth to settle my disputes with words.
You might want to hurry to Amphipolis, Spartans. The Athenian general Thucydides is on his way.
Shields up! I offer you fair terms for surrender, Amphipolitans. Anyone who wishes to leave can do so safely. Any who wish to stay will have their property respected. Whatever else happens, Amphipolis cannot fall back into Athenian hands.
I know of men we might hire, men without scruples, who can plunder a hamlet or strip a corpse in the blink of an eye. Let me loose with them, Brasidas.
People of Dium, though you speak with two tongues, and some call you barbarians, you shall have a cherished friend in Sparta, if you submit willingly.
Your generous words move us. We open our gates to you.
Heroic work, Brasidas, truly. You have no greater admirer than me. And how I yearn to join you. Well, my coffers are running a little low.
I hear it was the Corinthians who provoked you into this war. Now you run around recapturing their colonies for them. Who really runs the Peloponnesian League, I wonder?
Good people of Torone, I stand before your temple to the Dioscuri, the twin gods, revered here as they are at Sparta. Do you not see? We are natural allies.
Aye, and by the twin gods we pledge ourselves to Sparta.
You've been a busy little bee, haven't you, Spartan? That miserable laggard Thucydides couldn't make it in time to stop you. But now you've got me to contend with.
Ignore this fool for now. Let us seize the rest of the cities, through persuasion if we can, or force if we must.
Oh, you haven't the money to spare. Well, that is most unfortunate.
Potidaeans, your mother city Corinth stands with Sparta. Will you not do the same?
Aye! The Athenians are our true enemies!
Athens is stuffed with droning playwrights and whining authors these days. How refreshing to be out in the thick of the action!
I had rather hoped you Spartans would simply kick the Athenians out, not become masters of the Chalcidice yourselves. Now I see you are my true enemy.
Come up here and fight! We'll see who loses their footing first!
Tales are told of the heroes who founded Scione, blown off course returning from Troy. Honor your ancestors. Throw off the mewling Athenians and make a pact with the warriors of Sparta.
We have heard much about you, Brasidas, and consider you an honorable man.
From the shadow of Mount Athos to the borders of rocky Thrace, we have freed this land from the Athenians.
Enough of these games! Fight me, Brasidas, man to man. Let me tear out that clever tongue!
Hetoimos. Aino. Erquamai. Akuo. Oyeso. Neiton dia.
Remember this, men. We have but one life before we shuffle through Hades as empty-minded shades. So seize the glory I offer you now. A chance for deeds so great that poets will never cease to sing of them. Come! Make yourselves immortal!
Cae. Vainas menos. Ni cazzome! Ite antres! Tie, suo. Neiton dia. Aino. Oieso. Erquamai. Prostagmata. Ni cazzomello! Neit erquamai. Eis ballo! Oieso. Ite! Hetoimas menos. Akuo.
Victory! We've... By the twin gods, Brasidas! You're bleeding like a stuck pig!
Listen to me, Lysander. You must be Sparta's hero now. And remember, a victory without honor is no victory at all.